Welcome. Now, in this module, we're going to take a look at CIS control number 14, controlled access based on the need to know. Now, this is very important, and this is called also the least privilege principle, or providing information to a staff member or a team member in the organization only based on need. Information should only be provided based on a genuine business or a technical need, and otherwise information should not be provided unless that is established and approved and authorized. So let's take a look at the controlled access based on the need to know, which is CIS control number 14. This is the layout for the version 7 controls. As you can see, we have moved on to control number 14, controlled access based on the need to know. This is the system entity relationship diagram, and the alerting, reporting, and analytics system on the left, computing systems on the right, and we have various elements in the middle for controlled access based on the need to know. You have a configuration enforcement system, you have data inventory classification systems, you have network access controls, and network and host-based DLPs, or data loss prevention solutions. Now, control number 14.1 tells us segment or break up the network based on sensitivity. Segment the network based on the label or classification level of the information stored on the servers. Locate all sensitive information on separated virtual local area networks, or VLANs. So what we're actually saying is that if there is a very high security zone, or if there is an area in your organization which is processing critical information, or there are servers which are storing or processing critical information, then actually segment that part of the network with the help of logically segment it with the help of VLANs. 14.2, enable firewall filtering between VLANs. Now, enable firewall filtering between VLANs to ensure that only authorized systems are able to communicate with other systems necessary to fulfill their specific responsibilities. So when you have a high security zone which is represented by a separate VLAN on which there is sensitive data which is going to be shared, and critical servers could be part of that VLAN, critical users could be part of that VLAN, then when we are going to cross over into a different VLAN on the network, we need to make sure that there is filtering and some rules, some access control rules, to make sure that only information is accessed or is transferred to the authorized destination or users. And that's very important. And from a network perspective, whenever you have two VLANs, VLANs are represented at layer 2 of the OSI model. And when you need to transfer information between VLANs, we need a layer 3 network device, which is a routing device which can transfer the information. So in any case, you have to create a route to transfer information from one VLAN to another VLAN, because they are also represented by different subnets. And to transfer information, we need a layer 3 device, and at that layer 3 device, a layer 3 switch, a layer 3 router, a layer 3 firewall, for example, that's where you can implement the access control firewall rules to filter the traffic according to your policy. 14.3, disable workstation to workstation communication. Now, this is very important because we want to disable or prevent users from sharing their folders and transferring information to each other. It should be done on a central file server, which is logged, on which there is file integrity monitoring if critical information will be stored on it. And on that central file server, there can also be archiving, and there can be backups to make sure that critical information is not lost. And workstation to workstation communication should be disabled. Disable all workstation to workstation communication to limit an attacker's ability to move laterally and compromise neighboring systems through technologies such as private VLANs or microsegmentation. So when you have VLANs, there's also something called private VLANs, and you can look at that. There's community VLANs as well and private VLANs as well. And that feature of VLANs at layer 2, it can control which computers can share information with other ones and which ones may not. So have a look at that, please. Please go ahead and study that. 14.4, encrypt all sensitive information in transit. So there may be hackers or there be malicious users who are sniffing traffic in the network, and it's not very easy to deploy these sniffing software. So if there is critical information or sensitive information which is going to be transferred, then it should always be encrypted so that such users or hackers or attackers cannot take undue advantage of information being transferred within or even outside the organization. 14.5, utilize an active discovery tool to identify sensitive data. So utilize an active discovery tool to identify all sensitive information stored, processed, or transmitted by the organization's technology systems, including those located on-site or at a remote service provider, and update the organization's sensitive information inventory. So this discovery is very important because there's so much information all over the organization, and if we don't use a tool, then we will never find where that information is sitting. That's all that we have for this module. Thank you.